Hey all, welcome to my YouTube class. Guys, I'm Manjeet Rawat, your online instructor. This is another class of Cisco Routing and Switching. Guys, you know that recently we added one playlist for CCNA training. Means in this playlist, I'm going to guide you properly how you can clear the examination of CCNA Routing and Switching. That's why I'm going to provide you each and every information as per the content of CCNA. And in previous class we talked about the basic of networking components. Those components can help us to manage our local area network, right? But in this class I'm just going to guide you about the network devices. And in network devices we know that multiple network devices required to set up our network infrastructure. So I'm just going to start from the switches because you know that switch can play the very important role to set up any kind of local area network, right? If you want to connect multiple resources to each other, then switch can work like as a mediator that help us to provide connectivity between printer, between devices like as the laptop, desktop and server computer. So let me move ourselves to the screen and let me guide you about the basic of switching, and after that we'll proceed for the practical part. In this class I am going to guide you about the identification of Cisco switches. Yes, I am talking about the manageable L3 switch. We'll also discuss about the gap between L2 switch like the layer 2 switch and layer 3 switches. But now let's talk about the different types of switches that we have, and like as a network engineer, which switch will help us to set up our network infrastructure. So let me move ourselves to the screen, but before that, if you are new on my YouTube channel, if you are watching my video first time, so please do subscribe, because Teach Me Cloud is a single technical training based YouTube channel that give you 100% live practical based video without skip any step. Fine, so right now we are on our whiteboard, or you can say that blackboard, and the agenda clear about the agenda. It's a 9th session, 9th day, and in this class we are trying to understand about the switches. So as per the name suggests, but let me help you how it's look like. Like you know that in the organization multiple resources are available. Multiple resources in the sense like your laptop, your desktop, your server computer, your workstation, and printer, biometric devices, any kind of server like SQL server, database server, SAN and NAS. These devices are connected with one centralized device. Yes, I am talking about the switch. All the devices are directly connected to the centralized device, and this centralized device considered as a switch. As a CCNA engineer, it's our responsibility, we should know about the different types of switches that we have, and we also need to know about the work and features that contained by the switch. So basically switch is categorized in two different parts. You can say that one is let me help you with like as a diagram. One is manageable switch, right, and second one is unmanageable or non-manageable, right? Manageable and unmanageable switch. As per the name suggests, right, as per the name suggests, the meaning of manageable switch, those switch can give us an option of operating system. Got it what I'm saying? Means with the help of switch you are able to make some changes in your device. Non-manageable or unmanageable, that use only for the plug and play, right? We don't have access of any iOS because non-manageable switch doesn't contain any kind of operating system, any kind of inter-network operating system. I'm talking about the iOS. But manageable switch is also categorized in two different parts. Yes, we also need to know the manageable switch. I'm going to categorize in two different parts, which is L2 switch, right? The first one is L2 and the another one is L3 switch. The meaning of L1 and L2, as we discussed in our OSI class, like we know that 7 different classes are available, 7 different layers are available in OSI model. So layer 2 model considered as a data link, and layer 3 model layer considered as a L3, right, which is considered as a network layer. So those switches, right, those switches can work over a network layer. Those switches can work over a network layer considered as a layer 3. Those switches can perform the task over a layer, data link layer, means layer 2, consider as a L2, simple. The gap between both, let's try to understand about the difference between both the switches. L2 switch contain the basic configuration of switches, means that help us to just provide the communication within the organization, right? You need to configure like a number of features you will find. You will find security, like you can configure the password, you can set the host name, right? You can also manage DHCP. Yes, we are able to configure DHCP. We can set up VLAN, right? VLAN, we can configure trunking, right? If you want to set up VLAN trunking, you can do that. There are no protocols are available that help us to provide communication between two different geographical locations. But if we talk about L3 switch, so yes, these all information, these all features are contained by the L3 switch. So what are the additional that we are able to find in case of L3 switch? So basically L3 switch contain RIP version 2 and OSPF protocol, means as per the requirement, if you want to set up, like if your router is not working properly due to any reason, due to physical damage, due to network damage, any kind of issues that you are facing in your Cisco router, and you have a L3 switches, so you can manage and configure all the features in our L3 switch that you have already configured in your Cisco router. So you can say that it contains the feature of Cisco router. Apart from the Cisco router services, security, hostname, DHCP, VLAN and VLAN trunking, these options are all options are also available in our L3 switch. So this is about the manageable switch. Let's talk more about unmanageable switch. As per the name suggests, unmanageable switch is used to plug and play. Plug and play, it means that it gives us an option to just connect your devices. Required one power supply, you just need to connect the power cable, and after that the ports which are available, by using these ports we are able to connect to all network devices. Think about, we don't have any security, right? We don't have any security, we cannot block any port, we cannot create the host name or password, we don't have option to configure VLAN and DHCP. So these options are applicable only for the layer 1 and layer 2 and layer 3 switches, or you can say that these options are applicable only for the manageable switch. Right, let's talk about the configuration. Yes, we also need to know about the configuration as per the name suggests. So multiple switches are available, like as per your requirement. You can proceed with the 12 port switch. We are also able to buy 24 port switch, right? And we can also purchase 48 port switch, right? So as per the requirement, you can proceed and buy any kind of switches as per the requirement. 24 and now 42 port of switches also available, 48 is all right. So I'm talking about the Cisco because we are on the page of CCNA Routing and Switching. So I'm going to give you whole information about you can say that about your manageable switch. So I have one switch with the model number 3560, and you can consider it as this is the type of L3 switch, right? Means those switch that you can work over a layer 3. So how it's look like, this is really important for us. We must need to know about how it's look like. The total capacity of this particular switch is contain up to 24 ports, right? Means we are able to connect up to 24 devices in this particular switch, and multiple ports are available. So let me help you to understand about the number of ports that are available in this particular switch. So we are able to find, this is power supply, we need to connect power cord in this particular port, and we are able to find one console port. This is considered as a console port. We need to use console cable, right? It look like this, LAN card to USB, right? You just need to connect this port to the console cable, console port, and after that the second part you need to add to your desktop or laptop. In the desktop or laptop, you need to install PuTTY, the third party tool. Once you install the PuTTY terminal, we are able to access the iOS, the operating system that contained by this layer 3 switch, and you are able to configure as per your requirement. So these all are the steps that I am going to show you by practical, like, because you know that Teach Me Cloud always try to give you 100% live practical. So this is the basic information about the switches. I hope you guys are okay with the all topics that we completed so far. And in upcoming class, in next class, I am going to guide you about how to configure L3 switch with the help of PuTTY terminal. So that's it for today's session. We'll connect tomorrow and discuss more about the L3 switch configuration. Take care guys and bye bye. Please do subscribe here on Teach Me Cloud YouTube channel. Bye guys.